to the Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer, multi-time tag team champion, the most decorated tag team champion in the history of the game. I just wanted to put that out there. I just had to do it. Coming to you live from ESPN 975-925. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good coming off this weekend, coming off Sunday night. Big matchup. Booker T stepped back inside squared circle. And I'm going to tell you, man, it's a young man's game. Because my bones is so damn sore. It ain't funny, dog. I'm serious, man. It took me 2 days to just get up off the sofa. But man, but I'm back. I'm feeling good. And I tell you, man, I want to thank them boys, Fly Def, Zach Mason, Warren G. That's what I call him, Warren Johnson. That's his real name. As well as my man Mysterious Q for letting me be a part of, what these young guys go out there and do today and do so well. I want to thank my crew, Reality Wrestling, for going out there and knocking it out Sunday night. The guys and the girls went out there and did it, even though we had a couple of mishaps. We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. But that's the way the business is. There again, man, the fans was definitely off the chain for Reality Wrestling Christmas Chaos 18. That right there for me, I must say, man, I'm really, really proud. I'm really proud of everything that we have accomplished, starting back in 2005 at that dungeon downtown, that warehouse, 20,000 square foot of dust and dirt. Shatters and dust. That's what it was. But that's where we started. The academy, and I swear, man, everything that I dreamed of back in the day, as far as creating an army of young guys to be able to, create something, build something. That was my dream. I said, man, I want to get a bunch of wrestlers, a bunch of kids who have zero ties to this business, zero stories, zero bad habits, and try to create something. I want to create wrestlers where the fans come to see our stars, and I'll be damned if I haven't done it. So I want to give myself a pat on the back for believing in the dream, and I want to thank my wife for literally, being there with me, because it was a lot of dark days wondering if we was going to be able to pull this off. It was a lot of money spent out of my own pocket, banking on myself, saying, man, this is something I know I feel like I can get done, but it's going to take a lot of luck and a lot of prayers. And thank God we got it done. So I want to thank everybody with Reality Wrestling. Sunday night was a big night. We're moving forward, man. We're moving forward, getting close to Christmas Chaos 20. So just there again, man, I just want to say thank you to everybody that made it happen.
Hey, what's going on, Buck? I mean, look, I heard you can hear me all right, by the way. Everyone can hear me okay? Okay, great. Look, people who haven't seen the match yet that went down on Saturday night, you definitely missed something. If you become a channel member of the Reality Wrestling, you can see it right now before it goes on the television screen. I do want to say the Queen is in the chat. She said, "Love you, baby." I'm assuming she's talking to you, not your dog.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
But it was something to see, man. It was something to see. I'm not going to say what, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But there was a particular moment in the match that went down on Saturday night where I myself questioned, what in the good God's name, this close to Christmas, is this man, this Hall of Fame legend, what the hell is he thinking right now? And you know what I'm talking about. You know the spot I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it was highly questionable from the boat to you. But you know what? You made it through, and you said what? You're just a little sore. Just a little bit.
I'm more than a little sore, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, my
You're
body's.
kayfabing me.
I'm serious, man. My body's aching like crazy, man. I swear, man. I just getting in the ring. I didn't. I forgot how hard the ring was. I forgot. I'm serious, man. I forgot that your body have to be used to that kind of stuff. It's got to be like a callus. You know what I mean? Something that you do on a regular basis. And I swear, man, that one time, I really felt that mat, and I laid there in the middle of that ring, and I was like, God dang it, what am I thinking? Why am I here? It was one of those type of moments. But I tell you, I had so much fun, man. I had so much fun. It's nothing like being in the ring, man. It's nothing like that feeling, being in the ring, getting blasted. You know what I mean? Getting whacked. Even taking the hard bumps. Taking it hard, the quick arm drags, you know what I mean? The posting ups, everything for me, uh, you know, almost like deja vu again. I always say, the first time I got in the ring, more than 30 years ago, I had never been in a wrestling ring before. I had never played any sports or anything like that. And I always say, man, it was like deja vu. It seemed like I had been in there my whole life. It seemed like I was born to be in the ring. And no doubt Sunday night, it felt exactly the same way. And it's an addictive feeling, man. It's an addictive feeling. I don't want to feel that feeling too often or anything because, just getting ready for that, getting prepared for that night was something. It was an unbelievable night, as well as getting a chance to honor one of my all-time mentors, Black Bart. Guy who taught me so much about this business, so much about the craft, and understanding the craft, the psychology of the business. That dude taught me so much, and for me to be able to honor him, I remember Black Bart said. Way back in the day, man, when we made that trip to WCW, he said, man, I'll tell you boys, only thing I'm telling you boys, only thing I want you to get me is a little John boat. That's all I need you to get me, just a little John boat, and I'll be fine. I say, Bart, I'm gonna get you that John boat, man. I'm gonna get it. And I never got it, man. I always felt like, man, I felt something just felt bad. You know what I mean? I say, man, I gotta get Bart down here and honor him, not just honor him, put a check in his pocket. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? That's what it's about, man. It's about paying your debts. You know what I mean? And I felt like with Black Bart, the guy who I sat under that learning tree, so many days I felt like I had a debt to pay to that dude, man. And the thing is, I've always felt that way, and he's not the only one. You know what I mean? He had a partner by the name of John Mantell. John Mantell, he may be the second recipient, of the Texas Legend Award, because he was another one, man. He was another one that I sit on a learning tree. And Manny Fernandez, man, God rest his soul, Maniac Mike Davis. He definitely would have been a recipient. So many guys, man, that laid the foundation here in Texas that never going to get a chance to see a WWE Hall of Fame. I think those guys need to be honored, man, and at the highest, man. So for me, to be able to do something like this with Reality of Wrestling, to have a Texas Legends wing, uh, it's going to be so awesome, man. To see all the plaques on the wall one day, the
yeah.
Texas Legends, man, it's going to be unbelievable. Starting with Black Bart.
Well, you know what? It was my first time ever meeting Black Bart, and it was awesome. Obviously he was before my generation of talent, but when I knew that he was coming to the show, I definitely went down the Black Bart rabbit hole on what was on YouTube. There's not a lot, but what was there? Really fun promo, definitely a throwback kind of promo that he had. And man, I don't want to say snug, that's probably the
Oh
wrong
yeah,
word, but
that's the
okay.
right word.
Okay, I didn't want to like throw him under the bus or anything, but very snug looking the way he
Oh yeah,
worked.
oh yeah.
It looked like you felt it, and it made it believable. And the one funny thing from Saturday, there's a few things with him that made me laugh. But I was going around trying to get social media clips, right? Like talking to some of the boys, like documenting the day a little bit. And I was in your office and you were talking to a couple of the boys, and I just had the camera on, and Black Bart grabs my wrist and he goes, "Are you protecting the business, brother?" I said, "This is my kind of guy. I like this guy. This guy, he's got the right thing in mind." You know what I mean?
Yes, to do. We got to take a break, guys. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Will Allday versus Cameron Cole. Texas champion versus reality of wrestling champion. Years in the making. Ex-best friend versus ex-best friend. I know what I'm getting into. I know you're one of the most exciting, high-flying wrestlers in the business today. And for every punch you have, Will, I know the counter punch. Long ago, the years where we used to train together, and I remember every move. I remember everything in your arsenal, Will. So what is it gonna take? You see, for me, I'll do whatever it takes, and you're gonna find that out, Will.
Will Allday versus Cam Cole once again. But this time it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be best friend versus best friend now. It's not gonna be me looking in your eyes knowing that at the end of this, we just wanna see who the better man is. Yeah, let's talk about that match. And Cam, I knew getting into the ring with you then, how good you were. Cam, I know now that you're even more dangerous. But Cam, you strayed. Ever since you and I faced in that last match, a year ago, something changed. And you started walking down this dark path where you would do anything to win, Cam. And you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like weakness.
Can you dig it, sucker?
You're listening to the Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. We got a lot to talk about, man, in a short time to do it here inside the Hall of Fame today, man. Quick show. I want to thank all the people inside the chat as well for hanging inside the Hall of Fame. Getting your champagne wishes, caviar drinks. Don't forget, guys, I will be on TV tonight. NXT going down.
Oh, today is Tuesday.
Don't forget,
right.
don't forget to tune in and check me out. I don't know what I said. But I said something. I don't know what it was. But I don't even know what should we start. One thing in the news I want to talk about was former WWE star, NXT star, what's his name? Jack Claffey, aka Jack Gallagher. Made his MMA debut, and
Oh yeah, Jack. Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack got knocked the hell out in the first round.
No way.
Guys, thinking about running over there and fighting somebody. That stuff, man, it's not wise to fight, not knowing how good you really are.
Did he really get knocked out?
First round, dude, typed him up a little two-piece. Left hand bang, and then the right hand caught him hard on the top side, put him down, and it was a walk-off. Referee said, "It's over. It's over." I have that wherewithal, understanding, know how to step in and just stop it. That's what it was. But the fight game, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, I've been in a lot of fights in my life, and I consider myself pretty well equipped when it comes to the hands. I'm serious. I've always felt that way. Balance at its peak. Always been really, really good as far as my balance go. I'm going to tell you right now, I've been in a lot of fights. I can only remember getting whooped once. I'm serious. In my own front yard. Brother just beat me up. I couldn't do nothing with him. He was just he was just better. He was just a better man. And I never once thought about running up on an MMA fight.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You can get hurt, man. You can get hurt. You can get embarrassed. More importantly, and that's the one thing, man. When you get that egg stain on you forevermore. You run in there, you get touched up forevermore. You know what I mean? People say, man, this dude, you can't run, you can't even go in a restaurant and act tough to the waiter.
Look, I just looked up the quick clip. Yeah, he got pieced up real good.
And
Apparently,
and relatively quickly.
very, very short. It was his pro MMA debut for full
Yeah.
contact combat that aired on UFC Fight Pass. Now, I knew that he had an amateur background and did some amateur MMA fights, and I thought, if memory served me right, he was like halfway decent. But I guess that's because he was fighting amateurs, right? There's a big difference between amateur and a pro in any sport, let
Yeah.
alone a professional fight league. And you know what, man? Just add him to the list. You know what I mean? Add him to the list. And I got love for him. I mean, look, he went out there and tried my life ever. And he probably will never do it again. But guess what? He had to go to
No, maybe it was just
maybe it's a bad matchup.
it's perhaps, but my thing is the fight game, I don't know, man. The fight game is something that's really, really serious. And it's there again, they don't when they talk about fighting, they say, man, it's really not a game.
Yeah.
That is like the most that's the ultimate, that's the ultimate as far as sports go. Because your life is on the line. You can get concussed and you don't get taken out of the game. You can get totally rocked, total concussion, grade 5 concussion, whatever. I don't know what's the top number, but
Sounds right.
And they ask you, "Are you okay?" and you dazed enough to where you go, "Yeah, he's good." So that is not a game, man. It is serious, dog.
It's a bad matchup. Matchup for him.
But I love to see him again in there, man. Hopefully he can get back on the horse and get back out there and see if that perhaps may be the thing for him, which is the fight game. Because everybody looking, guys looking to make some money, man. They out there. I remember a wrestler by the name of Steve Kern. He used to work at the PC down back in the day, and I remember him telling me, he said, "Man, these young guys better realize that they're not hiring a bunch of ex-wrestlers out there in the corporate world." You feel me?
Yeah.
So I understand these guys got to get some monies to pay them bills. Why you think I'm still working? Why you think I'm still working? Why you think I'm still working? Why you think I was in the ring Sunday night? Bills got to be paid.
Baby needs new shoes. But I wonder, he couldn't have been paid a whole hell of a lot for that fight. We know MMA doesn't pay unless you're at the top.
What, $3,000, maybe $5,000,
Probably maybe 3 and 3.
3 to 5.
5
I would say 3 and 3. I would say $3 to $5,000 tops. To debut on the undercard. Nobody know who you are other than your WWE thing, and ain't nobody thinking about that. And then to lose by knockout, stock just plummeted. You know what I mean, for this kid. So hopefully he can, like I say, figure it out. That's the fight game, man. It's just that's a tough cookie, man. And nobody mobs a beating champion. Nobody.
Well, I mean, look, you want to talk about money. You want to talk about people who brought in money. Did you see the latest report regarding the Mandy Rose? Like last week, we talked about Mandy Rose. She got released from WWE for salacious photographs on her and video content on her fan time account. Her agent put out a statement regarding the amount of money generated since her release to today. Do you want to know?
I saw that.
Did you see this?
I saw it was 500,000.
500 G's.
500K. And my thing is this. You got to have the dumbest agent in the world for him to be reporting how much money you making. That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
A weird thing to put out there.
It makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? And why don't he put how much Uncle Sam taken out of it as well? You know what I mean? As well as what's his cut? You know what I mean? There's a lot involved there. You know what I mean? As far as that that's like a boxer. You can pay $500,000 for this fight. You think he getting all of it?
No. Well, look, here's the thing. Let's break this down. I'm sure the fan time service gets paid a little bit off of that, just like with anything else. Like eBay, they take money when you sell something, right? I'm sure the fans' time has a little bit of cut of that. And then you got to take taxes. You got to pay the agent. I don't know if Mandy has a manager, but manager takes a cut. That's at least 10%. So you got 30% of the gross out the door, and at least 35 to 40 to Uncle Sam. She lives in Florida, so there's no state income tax. But those monies can go quickly.
I'm gonna tell you right now. They talking about she's gonna be a millionaire by Christmas. She gonna have to do a whole lot of naked photos. Okay, I'm just being right straight up. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now. My sister told me a long time ago, man, and it's the God's honest truth.
Tell them.
Fast money, go fast. I'm serious. Fast money, go fast. You people don't. A lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people, maybe aren't experienced enough to understand it. Maybe they're not old enough to understand it. Maybe they haven't been in that lifestyle. But this money that these guys are getting these days, if they ain't getting an overabundance amount of it, you know what? They can they have to put it away. They're gonna be spending it, dog. Because that's just a lifestyle. You gotta keep up. You wanna look good. You want all the fancy stuff. It's just part of it. Trust me, man. I've made millions, man. I know I have. Tax man to tell you. But I've had to pay bills on top of that and look here, like Denzel said, I ain't no high roller, dog. I'm serious. But my lifestyle is, it takes money. Can you imagine what them high rollers, what they trying to do? Bro, come on. A lot of people don't understand that.
Well, yeah, and look, I could be vastly underestimating this because I don't know if you remember, there was a woman on Dr. Phil, right, where she was a young girl and she was the one who said, "Cash me outside." How about that? Do you remember that woman?
I don't remember that.
Well, she goes by the moniker Bad Baby now, and she's probably, I don't know, 20 maybe. And according to reports, of her OnlyFans generates her millions of dollars a month. Now, I don't know if that's true or false. I don't know if that's verified. I don't know if the tax man knows about it, as you said. But I guess I'm underestimating, like Kid says in the chat here, I'm underestimating the thirst of people out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I didn't know you had to pay to see scantily clad photos of women. I thought that's what Instagram was for.
I mean, all you got to type in is one of these porn sites and it'll come right up for free. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't get the allure. What's the bait here other than it's a naked woman and it's a certain person? It's a lot of fixation in the world. Then again, this world we living in today is a lot of followers. Maybe that's it. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
My name is Nathan Wasser, and I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I came down here to Reality of Wrestling to improve my training and get myself more experience learning from the absolute best. It's intense. It's hard. You got to leave your ego at the door and come in with an open mind. The way they do stuff here is the next level. But if you do that, you'll end up bettering yourself in the end, and you'll improve, and you'll be able to work anywhere.
Nathan, he's an unbelievably awesome student. I'll tell you why, right? For a few reasons. Number one, the man packed up all the way from the Great White North to move down here to the U.S. to train because he wanted to learn from one of the best. But what's even more impressive, on top of the fact that he takes care of his body, he works hard, is the fact that he was trained by a very reputable trainer and yet still comes down here humble, hungry, ready to work and ready to learn, and not coming in here acting like he knows everything or that he's too rigid in his ways.
Booker's knowledge will help you get to whatever goals you want to do if you want to be a big star in this industry. My end goal is to be in WWE. Coming down here to Reality of Wrestling, I feel is the best opportunity for me to get there. So I'm going to do whatever it takes. I can promise you, when you come to Reality of Wrestling, it will change your life. You will not regret it.
Can you dig it, sucker?
You're listening to the Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. Talking about Mandy Rose making all that moolah, that money.
Good for her, by the way.
That's them greenbacks, them geeters, them dollars, man. Hey, look here, bro. It's all about making them. You know what? Last week when we was talking about this story, we was talking about Mandy Rose, and I was talking about people. I said, man, I hope a lot of so-called promoters out there don't try to take advantage of Mandy Rose and use her. And I'm gonna tell you right now, so many AEW droids. That's what I'm gonna call them, because they just get just follow. They say, man, why he got to be talking about AEW, and I didn't even say nothing about AEW. I wasn't even talking. Actually, I wasn't even talking about AEW at all. But so many of the AEW droids, they just feel like if you say anything, and it sounds like it might be. Let me say something about AEW and their promotion. Tony Khan is a billionaire, and he's paying a lot of people money, and he's promoting shows on a weekly basis. He's a promoter. If the droids don't know that, and that's who you think I'm talking about, you guys are idiots. I just want to say that. No, but I just want to say that. But the people that perhaps know who I'm talking about, they know who I'm talking about, and it definitely wasn't Tony Khan. It was I just want to say, and I hope somebody print that story right there, especially the part about the droids, because like I said, they just follow. You put them, you cut the machine on, you hit the button, and they just want to fly over here, fly over there, and don't know where they going. They just go, and that's the problem with a lot of those AEW fans. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Well, what I thought was funny too is like there was a story that was put up about, Booker T says he doesn't want promoters to take advantage of Mandy Rose following WWE release, right?
Yeah.
And I read some of the comments on one of the stories, and everyone was like, Booker T is such a company man. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't understand that logic. How do you get Book's a company guy for saying he doesn't want people to take advantage of her?
Bro,
I don't. How do you make that?
Do you know how many people Mandy Rose get fired? Do you know how many people come out of the woods that's got some get rich quick scheme? Mandy, we could do this. Mandy, we could do that. Mandy, we could do this. Oh, Mandy, don't even worry about them, man. I mean, do you know how many people are going to be saying that? Do you know?
Plenty.
It's going to be a boatload of them. You know what I mean? Now, if somebody's got millions of dollars, billions of dollars that can come and pay me some money, they can use me however the hell they want to use me. I'm dead serious. I'm serious. You know what I mean? So when people talk, sometimes they let you realize, their stupidity.
Yeah. What I can't remember the saying, but it's something like, you could either stay silent, so you can either stay silent so no one knows you're stupid, or you could open your mouth and confirm it.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm like, AEW, what did they come in the pitch at? That had nothing to do with, I just wanted everybody to know, that had nothing to do with AEW. Now, print that. Please make sure that story get printed.
Yeah, we'll see if it does. Because
it's funny. It's funny.
We have a couple super chats here that we got to get to. Dale Strunk says, you're one of the all-time greats, Booker. Love hearing you guys talk. Keep being awesome.
Appreciate it, though.
That's nice.
That's what I do.
Do you know what? By the way, I want to give another shout out to somebody from Sunday's show. The WWE diva, formerly known as Victoria.
Oh yeah.
who was there at the show on Saturday. We just want to give a big shout out. She was
Awesome
like
job.
a concerned mother on commentary.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah, that's my impression of her. She didn't want to see anybody get hurt in that women's ladder match.
Man, neither did I, bro. Shoot, definitely was worried about that match more than any of the matches. Man, was my kids out there. That's what I feel about them anyway. In the middle of that ring, having the first female ladder match in reality wrestling's history. So yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
Mike Woodson says 2022 has been a slobber knocker of a year for wrestling. What's y'all's favorite match or moment this year? Anything stick out to you, Book?
You know what, man? It's kind of crazy, man. But I've been doing like the kickoff shows and stuff like that for a few years now. But my favorite moments has been since I joined the broadcast team in NXT. I've gotten a chance to really see like Roxanne Perez do some amazing things down in NXT. As well as getting a chance to see the JD McDonough's, Dragunov's, Carmelo Hayes of the world before they actually get a chance to get that rocket put on them and they become these major big superstars, hopefully being instrumental in their careers at the same time. My boy Stacks, I want to give my boy Stacks some praise and some props too, man, because I love that kid, man. I love what he brings to the table from a perspective to where he's always trying to pick my brain just to get a little bit of knowledge, you know what I mean? And I was talking to him about something that I did in the match on Sunday night, and hopefully I can show it to him and he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, man, I think that's been my highlight for the year.
For me, man, there's been several. I think WrestleMania in Dallas was just such a fun time to go to a show 2 days in a row and see that massive amount of people and to see freaking Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestle. That was the first time I ever got to see him wrestle in person. And that was just a cool moment for me because, I came in as a WWF fan and he was the first guy I ever remember seeing on TV. So to see him wrestle this year was great. I thought the Clash at the Castle show was one to remember, especially for Sheamus and Gunther when you talk about matches. Roxanne Perez winning the NXT Women's Championship, something I'm always going to remember. Trying to think if there's any other 2022 moments that stick out to me. Those are the big ones. Obviously, if you're talking about stories, Vince McMahon retiring is something that I'm going to remember about this year in 2022. The Triple H era and regime kicking off.
Yeah.
But as far as moments and matches, those are the ones that stick out to me. It was a moment. You know how that's what you always talk about. You say wrestling's more than matches. It's about moments, right? I think probably the worst match by far, not even close, in 2022 was still one of the best moments of the year. And that was going back to WrestleMania when 70-plus-year-old Vince McMahon decided to have a match with Pat McAfee. The match was god-awful, atrocious. The stunner he took afterward, top 10 worst sell jobs of all time. However, when Vince took his jacket off, right, and his shirt off, and you saw he had his wrestling gear on under it, that was a moment, man. And I got hype in that booth watching it in Cowboy Stadium or at AT&T Stadium.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but those are just things that stick out to me about 2022, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
No, it was a good year.
Oh, the Usos and Street Profits, Money in the Bank, that tag team match. That was something that stuck out to me, too. It's just like, man, this is just a banger.
Oh, no.
And I guess the whole Bloodline storyline.
Yeah, I look at it differently these days. I feel it differently. Also, just because I'm in a different stage of my life and career, I guess. So when I watch matches now, I don't know. I got to have some kind of feeling connection with it, and I think going back to these, watching these young guys do it, it's almost kind of like when Black Bart was watching me do it. It had a certain feel to it.
Yeah. No, I hear you. We have another super chat here from Otis Link, man, who says, Booker T, is there any chance you can sell the red Harlem Heat shirts with you and Stevie Ray on them again?
Well, man, the Harlem Heat, man, is that tag team is, we got some new Heat shirts. They're called the Heat. Look out for one of those shirts. We're moving into the future now. We're not thinking about the past anymore as far as Harlem Heat. The Harlem Heat days were great. You know what I mean? But right now, I got a hot new tag team called the Heat. Go to Reality of Wrestling. Check them out. And I'm telling you, we'll be thoroughly surprised as far as, and these guys are good. Wait a minute, who they trained by? Oh, hell, Booker T. And the thing is, you might even want to go to a school. And where you going to go? Reality of Wrestling, right down the way. Texas City, Texas, 10,000 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway, Booker T. World Gym Arena. If you want to get some, if you want some, you just better be big enough, bad enough to take some. But we there every week, Monday through Friday. If you ever want to think about, joining the row, go to the website. That's realityofwrestling.com. We're going to take a break. Stick around. You're in the hall. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker?
You're listening to the Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
What's up, this Booker T, two-time Hall of Famer. I know you're checking out The Shine, checking out The Gloss. I want to thank you guys for checking out Row on YouTube. Hey, don't forget to click and subscribe to check out all the latest content right here each and every week. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. I'm sitting up here looking at something. Train of thought there for a second. But yeah, we back, man. We getting ready to roll up out of here in a minute, though. But
don't let Charmel see that you were typing in fantime.com or anything.
nah, man. Look, man. I already told Charmel. Me and Charmel, we was talking about the Mandy Rose situation, and Mandy say, "Baby, have you seen it? I mean, did you hear about the Mandy Rose story? The stuff that she was actually putting out there, and she was telling me one of her friends was telling her about it." And I'll say, "Nah, baby, I was looking for the stuff, but I couldn't find it." No, because my wife knows this. I'm a journalist. I'm doing this for work purposes only. I ain't trying to find it for that and then. But that's exactly what I told her. I said, I couldn't find. I said, this is what I told her. I say, I'm surprised Brad hadn't found it.
Oh yeah.
I'm serious. On my word, that's what I said. I said, I'm surprised Brad hasn't found it and sent it to me. You know what I mean? Because that's normally, with these computers, man, and stuff like that, sometimes you got to go through a link. You got to get a file. I can't do all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? Last time I tried to do something like that, I got a virus on my phone. And the thing is, you sent me the link. I had all kind of porn sites. You remember that? You sent me the link. So I need somebody to help me with it if I'm gonna find it.
Oh, it's true. It's true. I felt bad about that. That happened. That was
serious. That's the last time
Booker's like, we were at the radio station and Booker was all mad and he was like, bro, what is dirty Tinder? I was like, I don't know. He goes, well, it's on my phone because of you.
I'm serious. So, I mean, if I was going to find it, you was going to send it to me. So, I'm like, you just can't punch up Mandy Rose photos. You
You know.
get WWE stuff. I tried that.
Oh man, you remember? You. I don't know if you remember this. And I think you and I both got questioned over it by our significant others. But it was back in the day when we were first starting out at doing the old show at the old station, and I was always looking for guests, right? So I would go and I would see, okay, like what celebrities do follow Booker, right? And I was like, maybe we can get them on the show.
I think I remember this one.
And one of the celebrities that followed you was Jenna Jameson.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was like, oh, that'd be great to get Jenna Jameson on the show. So I think we sent her a DM and she was like, yeah, we're going to come on.
Yeah.
And you and I were both doing independent research on an up and coming interview guest. And I think we both got questioned on it by the spouses.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy, dog. I'm serious, man. So I haven't been able to find them though, man.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll come out eventually. FBGM Loso has a tweet for us, or excuse me, a super chat. AEW fans are annoying, man. They're like a cult.
You know, I agree. I agree 100%.
Not all of them.
I wouldn't say all of them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say all of them. You know what I mean? But a lot of them. You know, just because sometimes, you know, they're just looking for it. It's like being in a relationship, you know, where you got one of those, you know, girlfriends that's just looking through your phone all the time, just looking for something, trying to find something, making up excuses to have a fight, stuff like that. That's the way AEW fans are. Hopefully they'll listen to this and say, well, wait a minute, he's right.
But no, you know what? I want to say that's not just a phenomenon of the AEW fans. I think that's an internet phenomenon, right? Like they look for stuff to complain about, look for stuff that's wrong that's not even there. You know what I mean? Or just to attack and gang up on people. Like you remember a couple years ago when people were saying that song "Baby It's Cold Outside" was all of a sudden like a song about, I don't know, a man taking advantage of a woman inappropriately.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? And they were banning it from the radio stations. I was like, that was somebody who was just looking for something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I feel like with a lot of AEW fans. You could be talking about something totally irrelevant to AEW, and they'll wait a minute, he's talking about AEW.
He's got to be talking about it.
He's got to be talking about it. Did he say Kenny Omega? Did he say Omega? He said Omega. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, it's like they're paranoid. You know, relax. No one's thinking about AEW that much enough to where, you know, we're going to be, you know, trying to talk in code about it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I'm thinking about more than anything. But now, what else we got, man? Because we're getting close to wrapping up. Yeah.
I know we're getting close here, and you know what, guys? We're going to be taking off the rest of the week for the Christmas holiday and the Christmas season.
Baby.
It's going to be cold here in the H. Have you wrapped the pipes? Are you ready? Have you prepared?
They say wrap them by Thursday. I'm doing it in the morning
because it's going to get in the 20s.
When tonight?
No, on Friday.
I'm wrapping the pipes tomorrow. I mean, I'm not going to do them today. I'm not like most people.
No, I'm just saying for people who don't know, it's going to be, we're going to have a Siberian front here in
open not my classroom, man. It froze my freaking palm trees. You know, please God, don't let it be another one of those.
Yeah, hopefully we're a little bit better prepared than last time as well. Hope the Texas government learned how to do this the right way. And also, guys, I feel like this goes without saying, but I saw a lot of news sites posting it. Yeah. It's illegal to leave your pets outside when there's a freeze. I don't know if I think that goes without saying, but please, people, like, bring in your pets, your dogs, your cats. If you normally let them roam outside, that's cool, but if they could freeze and not come back for Christmas morning. So please take care of the four-legged ones. By the way, your dog is massive.
He's huge, man. He's a monster.
He's massive.
He's a monster. Yeah, Rover's bad, man. He's bad. I love that dog, man. He's been hanging out with me all day today. I'm just hanging on me and stuff because I've been so sore. It's like it seemed like he could feel my pain. One more story before we get out of here, man. I was talking. I put Sasha Banks over last week, and a lot of AEW fans ate me up for that too. I just want
What? Why?
I don't know, just because I said she'll do well in Japan, not AEW. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I was like, wow. This was the icing on the cake to go, what does he know about Japan wrestling? Oh my God, man. I go, wow, man, what do I know about Japan wrestling? I think I know a little bit more than most. I've been there, I've wrestled there, I've spent, a little bit of time on a bus, traveling all over that place many times doing tours back in the day. So I think I know a little bit about Japan as well as their culture and what they really think about this business, men and the women. I think I know a little bit about that. So putting Sasha Banks over by saying, I think she would do well over there. I don't think that's something that I would retract or anything like that. Do I think she would do well in AEW? I think she would overshadow anything that's going on in AEW from the women's side more than anything. I mean, it's not anybody over there other than Britt Baker that I think she really that matches up with her from a star power perspective. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. But I do know in Japan, she's going to have a whole lot of competition as far as going out and seeing how tough, you know what I mean, how good she really is, because those women, as well as the men in Japan, take this business more serious, more so than most. Seriously. But I think there again, Sasha Banks, I think she can handle it. I think she'll do very well.
I think she'll do well in Japan if she goes to AEW. I think it's always been a criticism of the AEW. Their women's division isn't the strongest that it could be, but I mean, they're making some improvements there. I would like to see her match up with Britt Baker. I also think her and Jade Cargill would be cool to see, just from a size.
Yeah. Jade Cargill. I mean, Jade Cargill for me, she's kind of like under the radar. You know what I mean? Just because she had been, she's not like in the big belt picture. She's like on her own wing.
She is. No, she definitely is.
Been promoting her like on her own wing. You know what I mean? Not like she's not in with the it's like she's not really in the division.
She's got like her own division. You're right.
Am I wrong here?
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, she's the TBS champion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it feels a little bit different. I guess that's why I don't think about Jade Cargill as much, even though she's a specimen. She's definitely someone that's got WWE written all over. And people say, why Booker T always putting MJF over? Because damn it, I want him in the WWE.
He do great business.
Put that in your stocking stuffer. Hey guys, want to thank everybody for hanging out inside the Hall of Fame today. Getting your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Happy holidays to all you guys. Merry Christmas. We out, man.